And of course, now it's 1,000,000,000 degrees. As you can see, I didn't play any of this off camera. I was thinking about it. Then I decided to lay down. And then my body was like, yeah, no, we're done for the time being. Oh, okay. I guess we're done for the time being then. Hey, Limo. A little close there. I don't know if you saw how close that was. Nailed it. Killed by a rat. It's always the rats. As much as I absolutely hate to do this, we're just gonna sit here and wait. Good afternoon, you. Quick visual design, go. Pressure's on. I just woke up. Like, yeah. I woke up, did some stretches to get my blood flow going again, and went right here. By the way, if you don't answer within the next 2 minutes, it's all over. You can actually skip a cycle there pretty easily, but I was too slow to do it. I'm trying to take it easy because the last time I did all this crap, well, I screwed up horribly. Well, I wasn't joking when I said earlier. People have already been giving thought to the visual style of this. Because, like I mentioned, it's a little bit of a controversial topic. Controversial is probably the wrong word, but I don't have a better word for it. I saw you there, rat. Kind of screwed me over at the last second there. Well, controversial is, by definition, just something people can't talk about without yelling about, right? That sounds about right. Like, you would not believe the arguments I've heard about the visual style of this game. Does it count as 8-bit? Does it count as sprite work? Is it good sprite work? The impact it's had on the industry is undeniable. Literally. This game is actually trend-setting in a very literal way. But that then just feeds it, doesn't it? Because then everyone's like, oh, it's just overrated or underrated. And you know how that goes. Probably A. Williams. They were actually working on a Zelda movie. And then some stuff happened. Hectorixia. I mean, this is functionally a Mega Man game. That's just mean. I got to go at it. Yeah, DuckTales, Mega Man, Castlevania is pretty much the full trifecta. When did Shovel Knight originally come back? Come out. The very first edition, of the very first release, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, it's actually been quite a while, really. Almost a decade. Which makes sense in hindsight. Because, again, influential. There you go. 9 years ago. Now that I have my frickin' music sheet. Jesus. Time to do the actually hard stages. Because we've now entered Mean Land. Yay. Let's go turn. Screw it. Let's not turn it. Just go to this. Yeah, it's kind of like how Stardew Valley and Undertale both had similar impacts on the indie scene. Yeah, it's time for the Wily stages. Tagoy and I actually had a commentary about this last time we were playing this. Because I've always liked the Wily stages, and he did not. Does not? You get the idea. Okay. Oh yeah, Super Meat Boy pretty much started the punishing platformer genre by itself. Hey, Vergilian, give me 1 second. I don't want to lose my train of thought here. Thank you, Vergilian. 2 full years. And welcome to the 2-year club. I will put that anniversary sub towards Starfield. I've looked at the music, it's some of the best in the business. And this is the weakest soundtrack of the 4 by far. Speaking of which, last dungeon song. Now, oh god, anybody who's seen me already stream this knows we're gonna die here a lot. This is also the area which has probably the worst visual design of the entire game. Can't believe I made that. Just gonna be patient. There we go. Nice and patient. We can do all kinds of speed trick here, but this is the easiest place for me to die, personally. Like, these screens we're going through right now. Because it's easy to rush. Oh yeah, by the way, this is my favorite song of the game. No, we're counting the whole thing as one thing, for the same reason we tend to count expansions as the same thing, Digital. If you go out and you buy Shovel Knight right now, you get all 4 games. That counts. That's pretty much the distinction there. As per Wily stage, we're fighting enemies from all of the previous stages, because that's how that works. Final exam. That's what a Wily stage should be. It should be a final exam thing. And then, of course, going forward from that, we're not gonna mess with that. We might be able to build this. There. This is what we call the Don't Rush section. Well, unfortunately, now I'm going to want you to have to pay attention to the visuals pretty much from this point onwards, because you've kind of seen most of the visuals from this point onwards. Oh, God. Gotta have a Don't Rush section. I don't know why this became the standard. It's an interesting thing to challenge your player on. And you be patient. Okay. Listen, motherfuckers. I will own up to my mistakes as soon as I make them. Or whatever that Napoleon quote was. No, that's fine, Yura. I mean, you're entitled to be extremely wrong. I mean, you think Rock is cute, for God's sakes. Shameful. Actually, I do agree. I mean, purple and green are a color combo I've always liked. Oh yeah, we're officially into the shadow enemies. There is some very vague lore about these, which I kind of wish the series would expand upon, and it never has, to my knowledge. Because these were here before the Enchantress was. Why? What are these? Small. The game does have a plot, absolutely. How much of it takes the foreground kind of varies based on the individual game in question. In this game, the plot is something that could probably be summarized by a single sentence. So, now we do this section. I mean, Shovel Knight's still coming out. Well, was coming out. Sorry. But no, is the answer to your question. They kept talking about this one style of game, and apparently changed their minds because Mina the Hollower is their next game. Which is definitely not Shovel Knight. Unless it is, in which case, lol. Because they can pull that. It's not like there aren't mice people in this setting. Oh my god, I need you just to not exist. Could you not exist, please? No, seriously, stop existing. Thank you. Hey look, it's your favorite type of fishing. I think we're gonna clip the phase lock for the rest of this, because this can be a mean section. I'm already getting hit. What I do not know is how much of the eventual plot was planned out from the beginning. It cannot be that much, really. Please. Oh, thank God, it held up. So, I love and hate this section. It's only one screen, but that is a brilliant section right there. You can tell which parts are... Sorry for just kind of rushing through it. So, you can tell which parts are platforms of which aren't by whether or not the rain is splashing on it. And that's your visual. That's your hint. Is the platforming good? Anyways. I mean, even basic plots can be bad, but less potential to be bad, certainly. Yeah, you'll notice that that section is already done. It's really well done. It's honestly my favorite part of this stage. You know what? That's fair, Jamal. Yes, the platforming is excellent. Shovel Knight. Sorry. Got to the edge voice. Shovel Knight. Stop your meddling and turn back now. This is your last chance. I will reach her, Black Knight, even if I have to go through you. Black Knight, are you guarding my tower? Have you finally decided to join us? You may kneel and pledge your loyalty now. The last time I answered to no one. I'm the edgy rival who's kind of an ally, but also an opponent. Very well. Here's a tiny taste of the power you spurned. Black Knight! I warned you to stay away! Because of course he can do that. Yes, Hero. I have 1 health left if you missed that. This has gone on far enough. What have you been trying to do? You can't reach her. Maybe right. She may already be lost. Oh yeah, she and we are also in love with the same person. So, you know. You got that going for you, too. Do you know a way to bring her back? I tried anything beyond words. Her magic is so powerful, I didn't have the courage. Go, just don't hurt her, or you'll have to answer me. Buddy, I have beaten your ass more than once. Okay, 100% on that. Actual last boss, or excuse me, last dungeon. I meant to go get health, but who needs health, am I right? You know what I like more than health? Instant kill spikes everywhere. In an underwater stage, no less. Wait, can't you, Evo? Hash on. What do you think you are, Sonic? Thought I overshot it. Hi, Andrew. You know, I think I've died to rats more than anything else other than that one room. Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, we're not that far in. I mean, we have given negatives to spikes before, but it's more about their usage than anything else. Looking at you, Mega Man Zero. Over here. Next with us. Yep. Remember, visuals, Evo. The coin of the sphere. Which I will never use. But we are 100%ing, so... Okay. That is everything. Except for the final two nodes. Three? The last few nodes. We'll show them off, of course, because duh. We'll put this for the moment. Boundless potential for combat. It looks like this. Still on the screen at the time. You'll see the Tropical King. Please give me. And honestly, just give me another one. Thank you. Appreciate you. Take two. I love how they call this the Ascent, and yet we're going down for like a decent chunk of the stage. Now time to instantly die. Time to instantly die. Okay, whatever. I give up. Let's drop time to instantly die. Of course, Von Falkenstein. The very first time I was there. Unless you're talking about the other thing, in which case, yeah, that's in Plague Knight. Which we'll be doing next. Plague Knight was delightful, but I forgot how little it changed from the original. So, review-wise, it'll be mostly the same, which is fine, honestly. Always rats. I'll get some of that back. See? Perfect fishing. Let's equip this. Always rats. Always rats. It's always rats. My niece just asked, why does the fire have eyes? And that's a very valid question I don't have an answer for. Oh no, Plague Knight, I would say, has a much stronger story emphasis. In fact, frankly, if you could only play one version of the I would say play Plague Knight. Because it's mostly the same gameplay, but it's better. Get up, get up. I know. Shh. Now we're dead. Yep. I knew that timing was wrong. It's mostly the same gameplay from the game we're playing right now. Excuse me, let me walk that back. It's mostly the same stages of the game we're playing right now. And a much improved story axis. Better characters, more story in general. Better cutscenes, better dialogue, you get it. Honestly, more characters. Most of the characters in this are just a kind of a gimme kind of a thing. Just paying attention to 4 things at once officially starts frustrating me. So I think you're right. Now I'm dead. I died. Get him? Can you say hi? Or can you stare entranced and say nothing? Can you do that too? Can you attack me with your stuffed animal? Okay. That is good to know. I need to give you a haircut. Goodness, look at all this nonsense. Look at this. Get that hair out of your face. Get that hair out of your face. What do you look at? Oh, okay. You see the gem? You see the knight? Do you see the stream? Over here? Stream? Do you see stream? Do you see explosions? Well, yeah, obviously. Alright, come on, let's go see Middle Sis. Put this button over here. Not splitting my attention amongst a slightly smaller. The problem is whenever I'm around the kids, they take highest priority for reasons I probably shouldn't have to explain. So, bulk of the processing power is over there. Not that I'm saying that excuse my terrible performance, but it is very stressful to do, very unpleasant. See? Still a terrible player. But at least now I'm not freaking out the whole time, trying to pay attention to them. Also just noticed I had the wrong thing equipped. I hate those fan guys so much. There's always at least one enemy in good games. There was, what I've always said. It's for players who are better than me. I don't know about Wallenstein. I'll think about it. I will admit I'm partially hesitant to do, if nothing else, because of the fact that so few people seem interested in Bach 4. And, you know, for that primary reason. Not that that's necessarily indicative. Wrong button. Die. Thank you. Well, that was a good waste of several deaths to figure out that that was nothing. Well, no, see, you're super right, because interest is not necessarily indicative, as the saying goes. See, I've heard nothing but good things about Bach 4. I don't just mean from Von Falkenstein. My friend Pax played 4, and he rather enjoyed it. It took me years to get a hold of a copy of it, and then I lost it, so I don't own Bach 4. That's admittedly one of the other problems with that. I'm gonna have to figure that out. Yeah, let's at least show off what this does, because we didn't get our graphics off. Well, snot. Which game surprised me most despite an apparent lack of interest in funding? Hang on, which game surprised me the most? Surprised me the most viewers, despite an apparent... So I'm guessing you're talking about a game that brought in a lot of viewers that didn't have a lot of interest, is what I'm hearing. I think. Halo. Easy answer. Halo is, to this day, the most concurrent viewers I've ever had for a stream. And it actually got very little interest going through it. When it was getting funded. It had like 3 or 4 dedicated people donating towards it, and that was kind of it. Yeet, crazy horse. If I took a nap today just to help, help things, you have to take care of yourself too. I'm gonna go for it because this is 100% run. I think I've already failed though. No, non-AAAs that did the same? I don't think so. Got it. Literally as I died. Did you hear that? Literally as I died. Did I go Falkenstein? We don't remember that. But anyways, non-AAA games that did quite well despite lack of interest. Honestly, Stardew Valley would probably qualify. And I'm not just talking about the raid I got during that one. Alright, Evo. Remember, there will be a quiz. I apologize that it's taking me so long to get through the final stages. I really do. We probably should have moved on to Plague Knight by now, but I've been tired and distracted, and that's on me. I suck, and I'm worthless, and if I died, no one would notice. Any questions? I'm gonna ignore chat for just a second. It's really, really easy to essentially get locked into a death corner here. And the enemies are very specifically designed to screw you over in terms of positioning, so you get locked into a death corner. Okay, we're good. Yeah, you're probably thinking about Stardew Valley. Kill Carnage just raided me during that, and yeah, I got about 8,000 people. Oh, I just screwed that over completely. Oh well, boss time. Come on, good luck. I love how they're just sitting here all eating at the table. Oh, now this is rich. Who let this peasant in here to spoil our sumptuous summer? Oh, I was pretty stressed, and I don't know if you knew this, Crazy Nurse, but my sister was on a call with me, playing co-op with me at the time, and she freaked the hell out. Because she thought the cops had raided me. Hardly a surprise that you've yet again set foot where you don't belong. We should punish you. You're in deep now. We want a rematch. Oh yeah, speaking of which, negative to gameplay. Boss refights. Please don't joke about that, Mr. Red. It's not funny. My new plans have no flaws. You can't win this time. A battle royale then? Marvelous. Who will go first? Curse the soul. So the order here is, I believe, fully random, but please correct me if I'm wrong about that. But because it's back-to-back, you're kind of dissuaded from being berserkery. And I stress the word kind of. I'll show off what I mean in a minute. I'm going to be a little cautious. This is actually a really good guy to get first, because he's one of the easiest to die on because of his instant death spikes. I would actually go so far as to say he is the easiest to die. The other one being Propeller Knight. For, ironically, the same general reason. Treasure next. I personally prefer it when Tinkers first, for reasons we'll talk about in a minute. So, hey Evo, I want you to pay attention when we get to Tinker Knight, okay? I know you're not paying attention because you hate me and you hate watching my stream. I'm gonna grab the food now because I need it. Or that could happen. That's cute. So this is Treasure Knight. This isn't him yet. This is Tinker. You ready for this? Okay, what do you think? I unironically love that every time it happens. Is completely off. I need to reset. Yeah. Clearly Warhammer fight. What's this called? I mean, obviously it's steampunk, but like he's got so much wood, it's like woodpunk almost. Okay, there we go. That should be the right time. There we go. There we go. Come on. I'm pretty sure it's a straight-up Metal Man joke. I mean, the wheel even kind of looks like a metal blade. Gas lamp, that's what I was thinking. I knew there was already a term for it. Couldn't think of it. Funny, because he's supposed to be a mole. I get what you mean, though. Look at him. So here's, you know, us. Spoilers! Yeah, they're like, well, you beat me. Here you go. Alright, so how many of you are familiar with Favorite Kill the Animals? If you're not, don't worry about it. But those of you who are, should we save the animals, or should we kill them? It has no effect on anything, to my knowledge, just like saving or killing the animals. That's not why we do it. Unironically, I would say Plague is actually one of the more challenging of the fights. I guess mostly just because his mobility is through the roof. So I've got, looks like 3 kill votes and 3 save votes. We are deadlocked. What will be the result? Yeah, for some reason, Shovel Knight is just a total dick when we're not playing as him. I almost feel like that's the joke. You know, haha, Superman's actually an asshole, but... Is it long and, like, reddish? Like ginger hair? Which case, that would make sense. I'm trying to understand what Venture's question is here, and I got hit! Clearly, I am not as good at playing Mega Man and reading chat as I am other games. I mean, that's a good question, Ventures. Because it depends on if, you know, it's a joke, or if they're just, you know, the villains who are portraying him as a dick because he's not the villain, which is a really common thing in real life. Oh, but also in fiction. Propeller Knight. Favorite Knight? Oh gosh. I mean, Plague is just an easy gimme. I'm probably gonna go with Plague. For edge points, it would probably be Reaper Knight. Or Scythe Knight. I can't remember what he is. In terms of narrative potential, honestly, probably King Knight. He's got an interesting story arc, and it's really messed up. Like, in a dark kind of a way. We'll talk about that when we get there. Look, Lois has red hair, Ross, okay? I mean, we all know that the one thing that's going to save us when aliens show up is the women, so... I've seen 50s science fiction. I know how this works. And Duke Nukem. So, the order is dependent on the order in which you fight them, which, as I mentioned earlier, is random. So it's the funniest when Tinker Knight is up top. But we'll save them, because save one. You wouldn't leave us to hang here, would you? I got you. Plus we get dialogue this way. No amount of wealth is worth the heartache that awaits you. Good luck, doomed hero. I have to hand it to you. You have superior digging technique. We should share notes. If the aliens are women, then we're screwed. Get it? My castle, my luxury, my fiefdoms, my chandeliers. Curse you, Shovel Knight. Although I must say your armor is resplendent. I can see you've picked up on my style. My defeat is of no concern. The enchanters cannot be stopped by any mere mortal. Yeah. I may not have your strength, but I am still far more clever, so watch out. Ah, how invigorating, how uplifting. If all your quests are this much fun, I should go with you. There are substantial inadequacies to my hydraulic actuators. Considerable iteration is warranted. I meant what I said. You should still join us. So, of course I was lying. There is actually a final stage. And we are 100% so far. Let's go turn these in. The final stage... Reading maps was more fun when we had our freedom. Now that I have this music sheet, I can perform. You're allowed to have freedom? That's not allowed. And no, King Knife has no style. It's kind of the point. I do like the final dungeon music. Not because it's a great song in and of itself, but because it works. Although I die on this screen so much it's not even funny. This is actually less dangerous than it looks, but there are pits here. And I don't feel like doing that again. That was literally me readjusting my hand on the controller. And accidentally tapping right. Most important random side quest in WoW. Either the cancer one, which, taken as canon, says a lot about the nature of the Undead Plague, or the one about Menethil, same zone. There's probably more significant, but yeah, that's my guess. Okay. Well, I mean, while I'm here. The Icecrown Zone, Mr. Rowe. Okay, now we should be safe. So Dakota referenced this earlier. This is mostly fan headcanon, but the idea here is that the whole frickin' tower is the curse, is the entity. And that's the problem. That's what we're actually fighting. Not the Enchantress, not the Shadows. The frickin' cursed tower. It's pretty common in fiction to have a cursed building that is essentially an instance itself. Literally Castlevania in the Castlevania series is a good example of this. So, final boss. And yes, yet another ghost mansion. It's a beautiful night, isn't it? Shield Knight, come with us. Oh yeah, how many of you didn't guess this? Let us leave this place. Pitiful, clinging to false hope, chasing ghosts. So, have you come to slay me, knight? To avenge your beloved? Gaze into my eyes. See how fearful I am. Watch me cower as you draw your blade. I don't need a blade to fight evil. Shield Knight, I know you aren't lost forever. You haven't the slightest hope of defeating me, but I won't stop you from trying, so please, let's dance together into the abyss. So this fight is much harder than it has any right to be, and it's entirely because of those pits beneath us. I will die to this fight, not from her, but from, falling into a pit damage, instant death damage. That's how this fight's gonna go. We're probably gonna have to do this at least a few times. Nice and patient. Kind of strategically, she aims for you, so you can kind of design where she rebuilds the floor there. It's actually a really well designed fight. Sadly, for how much I'm gonna die on it. So I hope you enjoy it, because we're gonna see it a bunch. One could one-shot it. Sure. You caught me. If only I had known, I would have come sooner. You knew I was still in there, even though it seemed hopeless. You never gave up on me. By the way, I love how her shield is this giant-ass awesome shield. I will never give up on you. I will follow you to the end of the world. Here's that maybe you have. What's happening? The amulet shattered. The magic within was released. It's already gathering. It'll escape and wreak havoc on everything. Unless we stop it. Unless we stop it. We can destroy it for good, here and now. So... we're in the outro, by the way. I'm not cutting off the guessing game, because we get 3 more games after this. But I really like this battle, narratively. I'm not sure if I like it gameplay-wise, we'll decide that. But I absolutely love this, narratively. Because it's such a cool idea. Because she's going to fight the last boss with us. And rather suddenly, we have 2 players on the field. Great song, by the way. She does that. Gets us up here. Hey, by the way, if you can't tell, she actually is wielding 2 shields. A buckler on one end. And I think it's literally just a round shield on the other one. I think it's more the fact that the teamwork play is what really ends up working here. Everyone thought this entity, the curse that lives within this tower, or is this tower, depending on how you think of that, was unstoppable. And we stop it together. I don't know. I like it. Shield Knight, thank you. Oh yeah, before you wonder why I'm not doing that. Although I should have, this is what, speaking of which. This every round. Conserve health. Because this is almost assuredly going to be a fight I have to redo. There we go. Ew. The ultimate of the boss is almost designed so that the only way to even reach her to do damage is with the other partner, with shield. With shield, right? Oh, that was close. Could you, like, not, please? Oh my god, this is just the worst. I'm saving it now. You notice the platforms do actually grow back, by the way. Give me a platform. Give me a platform. There we go. Boom. GG. It's over. The place is falling apart. We have to get out of here. Let's go. I know a path. Black Knight. Thank goodness you're here. Shovel Knight's wounded. Take him and get outside. No, I can't leave you behind. How will you escape? This magic is too strong. I can't hold much longer. Run! You can't deflect it. It'll tear you apart. I'm so happy I got to see you both one last time. By the way, this is I know this is after the combat, but that's the definition of a one-winged angel move right there. The Enchantress, well, the entity, is literally dead, and is spending its last energy trying to kill us as it's dying. But, as usually happens, again, Castlevania reference, when the core essence of a curse dies, the location it's attached to dies too, so the whole castle crumbles. And we have a brief little ending thing. Sorry, King Knight. Yeah, it's a nice little bookend. The tower's been visible in every single stage to some extent or another. We've talked before about monuments, signpost, visual design. It's usually for navigation, but here it served as a narrative hook to the whole game. You can always see the tower until the tower crumbles at the end. Correct, von Falkenstein. Which is funny to think about. Landmark, I couldn't think of the damn word. Exactly, Zaktat. Taking back all the treasure. Sorry, Treasure Knight. Shouldn't have been a dick. But where's... So you're seeing most of the stages in this little outro thing, Evo. I expect a full essay on your thoughts. Oh yeah, and the shades are now wandering free. Now, pretty sure that that doesn't actually matter narratively, because those were also a Kickstarter enemy. So this is just all the Kickstarter stuff. Still, if I were to speculate, I'd say the shades are like most shades. They were drawn to the nexus of evil, for lack of a better way to put it. I mean, that's pretty normal, right? There's this really, really evil, horrible thing. Lesser evil things are drawn to it. That's normal. I love this, by the way. All the knights have some kind of either comeuppance or reconnecting with the townsfolk. He's just being an edgy dick. Straight up Kane reference, too. Actually, historically, yeah, Mr. Red. Save at last. I kept my promise, Shield Knight. Rest well, Shovel Knight, until we meet again, which is never. And yeah, you know how A New Hope was retroactively named A New Hope? You know that. Star Wars A New Hope was not originally called A New Hope, not for quite a while, actually. Well, a decent chunk of time. Well, this has now been retroactively called Shovel of Hope, because of references. I usually just say ANH or Episode 4 to try and clarify, Geludo. Just to make it simple. Honestly, I hope so, Crazy Norse. But I'm okay with taking our time on it. It's like just Dragon Quest Builders 3. I want it, but I don't want them to rush it, you know? Let it come at its own time. Yeah, there was Shovel Knight whatever, and then Shovel Knight Dig, which just came out this year. What should they add besides quality of life stuff? I mean, honestly, I'd move away from platformers. It's what they've always talked about doing. It's why Mina the Hollower is not a platformer. So, another genre. That's what I do. Current 90% speedrun record. There you go, 42-14. Somebody was asking earlier. There you go, in the credits. I don't know how they keep track of it, but it's there. It would, but we'll probably do that anyways, just for fun, play it all. Oh, Dragon Quest Builders 3. Oh, jeez, I have a laundry list of things I want in Dragon Quest Builders 3. You kidding me? Oh, hey, deaths. Yeah, we took forever in Pride. Oh, right, because, yeah, that makes sense. We spent absolutely forever. Look at, like, 19 deaths in the flying machine. Look at that nonsense. Look at that. 55 deaths. There you go. Lost 20 grand. 741. That's actually really... What? 94%? I think what it means to say is 194%. And we're just going to call it 100% and move on, because I don't know what that's. Nope, nope, we're done. We're done. We're going to move on to Plague. Honestly, when we were thinking about 100%ing, that's not even what we were thinking about. We're not quite done yet. Most of the collecting things was added in the later games. So this is in answer to your question, Evo. And ironically, canonically, this is the end of the Shovel Knight series. Because each game we're going to be playing goes back a little bit, storyline-wise. Plague is kind of happening at the same time. We'll be doing that next. And then King is before that, and Spectre's before that. What did we miss? How did we miss 5 music notes? Where? How? Oh yeah, they have a New Game Plus. So it's the version of New Game Plus, so we'll call that 1 positive. Oh, apparently I missed all of them in the Tower of Fate. Oh, right. Hang on. I actually know where they are. I know what I'm talking about. I mean, yeah, unfortunately or not, Dakota is quite correct. This is not a very happy game. It is literally a game about curses and, you know, death and loss and tragedy, and it's just, you know, it's told in this style. Which is funny, because Cyber Shadow kind of had the same overall approach, didn't it? Of course. I hate this section. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do this, and I'm gonna get them, show you them, and we're gonna call that good. I mean, I'm not gonna spoil the ending for Cyber Shadow, but I mean, holy crap, guys. Everybody's dead, Dave. I should stop screwing around. Well, that's death. Trying to think, there was another game. Oh yeah, Ninja Gaiden. Ninja Gaiden's games are not positive games. Frankly, Castlevania's when they bother to have a story. Also not exactly positive experiences. And it probably says something that one of the major plot points of the multiple later games is just living with being cursed. Just making that work long term. Is it after the lava? It's gotta be after the lava. Okay. Yeah, no, there it is. There, 100%. I don't care what the thing says on the screen. That's 100%. I was wondering what the Castlevania shoe was. Anyways. The end of boss 3. No comment, but holy crap. Probably going to be a negative, honestly. That's not going to say we have 100%. But it's wrong. We just got the items. You saw it happen. We're done. Moving on. Let's do... Yeah, getting all the skulls, getting all the medals. That's going to be more 100% targets here. Yeah, I don't feel like doing anything. We'll just do it here. We have plenty of save slots, as you can see. Let me look at my review list really quickly before I commit to this. Me too, Evo. Very much so. Shoot, I can't remember the name of the damn areas. Hang on. Sorry, give me a sec. Explodatorium. Lost City. And good night, Dakota. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow with probably more Plague Knight. I doubt I'm going to beat it tonight. Ah. Good night, Geludo. Have a good one. Good evening, J. Palmer. We have some cool music. figure this out. Okay. I'm giving you music while I type on Balkenstein. What are you making, Ross? Oh yeah, I had the icy cereal. It was weirdly good, but didn't taste anything like I expected it to. It tasted like eating a bowl of red licorice. Look, it does look a lot like a fell corruption storm, doesn't it? So yeah, this is effectively the score for Shovel Knight. Give me a second. The score for Plague Knight's going to be weird, so we're not going to do that right now. We also haven't done our audit yet, so the audit isn't going to be very accurate. Or the golden number's not going to be very accurate, but give me a second, And don't worry, you can guess for the whole game, which is what I want you to do. I'm just being silly. Don't mind me. I actually like red licorice, Evo. Okay, so this is 21. Sorry, give me a second. $437. Is there a difference between the two? Yes. It's like asking if there's a difference between an egg and a steak. They're both protein. One of them makes me literally vomit. The other one is something I enjoy chewing on periodically. No, black... You guys are terrible. Okay, that's the only number that really matters right now. Sorry. Okay. Plague Knight. I mean, I do Crazy North, I just don't like giving it out. So, back into it, back into it. New game. Plague. Plague of Shadows. They are, J. Palmer, yes. So, really quick, I know we said 100%ing, but we're actually not going to be getting all the music notes here. The reason why is because of a bit of repetition. We might, but I'm probably not going to. Just letting you know. Anyways, moving on. You'll see what I mean by the repetition thing. Long ago, the lands were untamed and ruined by legendary adventurers. But villainy ran rampant, and in time, even the most stalwart of heroes fell. In the absence of champions, the Enchantress and her Order of No Quarter swept into power. Unbeknownst to everyone, the maniacal alchemist Plague Knight had plans of his own. He sought nothing less than to concoct a potion of unlimited power. A draught so fiendishly potent that nothing he desired would be out of his reach. Each night unknowingly guards a crucial ingredient. Now the collection must begin. Uh-oh, boss is on his way. We gotta get back to the lab, fast. I don't want to get experimented on. Told why to charge and bomb burst out of here. Come on, hurry up. Time for research. So, immediate. So obviously, it's mostly the same stage with some very crucial differences. But the gameplay playing as Plague Knight is completely different. You'll notice, first of all, our jump is pathetic compared to Shovel Knight's. Much, much shorter and, like, floatier. Also, our attack is completely different. We have this downward arcing attack for J-Bomber. But we do have a double jump, but it requires a charge to use. You also notice we have a power meter instead of another thing. We also need to get green coins, that's important. New thing to collect. You know, we do actually have a normal double jump, but it's really tiny. This is often referred to as the speedrunner's preferred character, because you can pull some absolutely bonkers stuff with this character. Now, I keep kind of referencing this, but this particular playthrough is much less different than the previous one. So, for example, a lot of the level pluses we gave for the previous ones are just not going to exist here because it's literally repeat information. So we can't give, like, I can't give you a plus to gameplay because we did the same thing, right? But there's a few differences. Sorry, the reason I was bringing that up, I wasn't bringing it up just to be silly. God, wake up, boy, wake up. The reason I was bringing that up, because you're probably wondering why, right? Like, possibly, oh my God. I'm just getting eaten alive here. I'll talk about that in a second. The reason why is because they were just starting this concept. So, Shovel Knight came out. It was reasonably successful. And they were like, sweet. Everything's cool. We gotta work on their first expansion. So they spent all their time and effort working on the guy you see on your screen right now. As we'll discuss during this playthrough, he is much, much more varied than Shovel Knight. He has a bonkers kit. But they spent all that time and focus on him and the story. So, the thing is, it was still really successful, revitalized a lot of interest in the series, and got the speedrunning scene going again, and blah, 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 blah. So everything was going really well, in other words. So, the game started getting even more successful, like you do, and this immediately led to them making even more money and deciding to be more ambitious. So, Spectre Knight is substantially different from the previous two campaigns, to the point where you can't even recognize some of the stages, which is awesome. And that was a smash hit, because everyone was blown away by how different it was compared to the previous two. So then, it's like, okay, well now we're going to be even more ambitious, and that led to King Knight. King Knight is so different it's not even funny. It might as well be a completely different game. And so the reason I'm bringing all this up is you can kind of see the natural escalation. They had an idea, it sold well, so they experimented a little bit. That sold even better. So then they're like, okay, cool. Now we're gonna really go with it, and they did. But yeah, if you're paying any kind of attention, this is literally, with a few minor changes, the same stage we just did earlier today. And that's gonna be a trend. Exactly, Andrew. No, it makes perfect sense. Like, even some of the enemies are still here to allow you to bounce off of them, even though we no longer have a bounce. So, let's start talking about some of the variances. Obviously the bombs, but we'll get more to the bombs later. There's more going on with the bombs. Better to talk about the bombs later. I've already kind of talked about the jumping mechanic, and of course there's the boosting mechanic, which you've seen me do constantly, and will see me do this entire playthrough. But no, the thing I really want to talk about is how his health and mana bar are completely different. Ugh. From Shovel Knights. So, also notice they're gray because we've already collected those coins. Nice little feature. Oh, Jesus. He's also a little squirrelier. A little more, squiggity than Shovel Knight had. Anyways. So your life bar, you have way less max health than Shovel Knight did. Makes sense, we're an alchemist. You also have a power meter. We'll talk more about that later. That's not really relevant right now. But the health thing is completely different. The way it works is you get these potions, and you can carry a certain number of them on you at a time. You notice at the moment we can carry 5. There's plenty of sources of potions all over the place. When you pop a potion, you don't gain health, contrary to whatever it is you were thinking. Instead, what you do is you gain a health bubble. You gain more max health, not health. This is a weirdly engaging mechanic, and in my opinion, honestly deserves its own positive. Not just because it's different, but because of it's good. It's a really cool mechanic. It encourages you, it's kind of like a gradient of progression, and it encourages you to be specific with both your health potions and where you spend them. It also makes them more of a regular gameplay feature, which tries to get players out of the habit of only using a health potion when they really, really, really need it, or, more accurately, never. So, great mechanic, definitely gets its own positives. You might think, why do we even have a second jump, given the fact that it's so pathetic in height? Horizontal. I talked about this during the Mega Man games. When you're designing a 2D platformer, you can always paint the screen with where the player can access. I talked about this when I was talking about how they added Rush, and how Rush was a seemingly small addition to the game, but actually completely changed the dynamic of what the player could access because of how much it changed that painted area. You play Mega Man 1, and there are huge swaths of the screen that would be painted, you know, I don't know, whatever the opposite of blue is. Yellow, I guess? So, because you can't access them. No matter what you do, it's just it's up there. But with something like Rush, woo! So all of a sudden the developer has a lot more to play with because orange, thank you. Because of course I should have known that, teal and amber. Because now the developer has all sorts of additional room to play with. So having that double jump allows us to do things like that, which may not seem like a big deal, but we just crossed about a third of the screen in a single jump without using the boost. And as you can see, when we do a double jump and a charge, we can cover huge swaths of terrain. So even though we're actually much less maneuverable than Shovel Knight innately, with the usage of skills, we're actually substantially more maneuverable than Shovel Knight. And that's going to be a trend, by the way. Also, I kind of didn't mention this overtly, but the mere fact that when we're shooting kind of gives us a pseudo-hover. There we go. Like here. You actually, it's very smart of them. You actually gain just a little bit of height every time you shoot. Until you run out. So, you can hover for several seconds. Like that. It's kind of like the Yoshi, if you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, what's wrong with you? Have you not played Yoshi games? But again, look at how pathetic our vertical height is without the charge. So yeah, much more skill-based than Shovel Knight. Shovel Knight is honestly rather brute force. Which makes sense. The skill set in Shovel Knight is honestly pretty basic. I don't mean that to be insulting. I mean that as a demonstrative. It was them trying something out. You start with the basics, right? I guarantee you right now, that Squiggity is going to totally get me killed, too. Like, at least once. Okay, if I hadn't run into that guy, I could have covered that jump, which I was trying to show off. Oh yeah, so let's pop a potion. That's another thing. Because you have a max of how many potions you can carry, when you see a potion, you're encouraged to use a potion, which is also a good mechanic. So let's jot down some thoughts. So we've got... Still a good tutorial. Still gets points for that because it has changed enough to tutorialize you on how Plague Knight plays. What do I call a health mechanic? We don't really have a category for health mechanics because it usually doesn't matter. You know what? Let me look up Earthbound. Jesus, Earthbound is one of our oldest reviews still in the books, because it's still relevant. Oh, we didn't actually... Right, we weren't categorizing positive back then, because it's so old. Okay. I don't know, I've already closed the page, Jay Palmer. 3 years ago. Just under 3 years ago. Right, it actually feels longer ago than 7 years ago does. Well, it's been a busy 3 years. Think about how many theaters and rewrites have come out in that time. And I've moved twice. Yeah, the last 3 years have been long. I'm just gonna be blunt about that. Between everything in the world, everything in my life in particular, busy and successful I've been over the last 3 years. It's been a thing. So, let's call it... I don't want to dump... Core mechanic is kind of a catch-all category. I don't want to dump it there. I feel like it's a form of itemization, so we're going to put it under that. I mean, I agree, Andrew. I completely do. I mean, I still got to build that Star Destroyer after all. And you're probably thinking, the Lego? No, the real one. Time to clean this crap up. I agree completely, Mr. Red. Especially dating sims. We need dating sims where you can bounce around like Plague Knight. And I know you think I'm joking, but I want you to picture that for a minute. Like you're going through the high school, because it's always a high school. It's like... We need to go, and like the rival is showing up, and you're just like, you just like rocket jump over here and get to your whatever it is, the person you're trying to romance, way before your rival can get to them. I mean, there probably is Crazy Horse. There's literally a dating sim where you can date Galaga ship. Look it up. I'm not joking. Oh yeah, also, I'm sorry, I should have mentioned this. With very few exceptions, all the music is the same, so we're not going to be getting any additional music positives in Plague Knight. So I hope you enjoyed those 3 music pauses, because they're not going up anytime soon. However, Spectre and King do have their own unique soundtracks. So. You're welcome, Crazy North. Okay, so... organize a little bit here. Make sure I put that there so I can see it. So, we're going to give an unheard of traversal positive. I'm just kidding, it's not that unheard of. We might actually be giving 2. I mean, honestly, traversal is really, really good with Plague Knight, so we'll put some question marks by that. We'll see what we do. We also need to jot down hit. Okay, and I think that's everything for the time being. Sorry. Listen to me, Magicist. Magicist? Magicist? I know you're aiding him in his quest for the ultimate potion. Ultimate what? I haven't seen him since he fled to join the Order of No Quarter. Ah, alchemical trickery. You can't fool me. I know he plans to use the potion to beguile you. I mean, she does have some nice shoulders. Wait, me? What are you insinuating? Oh, someone's coming. Oh, it's the panicky pushover. Is winning the Magicist's heart worth betraying your allies? What? Where in the world did you hear that? And I know how you plan to gather ingredients. The only thing worse than a deranged alchemist is a traitor. Do what you will with the Order, but none threaten the Enchantress and live. So, pretty much the exact same boss fight, but we are playing a different character. So, this is going to go from a fight that it's relatively easy to die on to a complete and goddamn joke, because Plague Knight is an absolute berserker. I know that sounds weird, but it's true. And we don't have any of his kit yet. And we could still just absolutely turn Shrek face on this guy. I actually think they did this on purpose, just to emphasize how different he plays to Shovel. Because most people playing this have probably played Shovel Knight, right? So yeah, Stomp. Moving on. We took 1 hit that whole thing because I was being casual about it. Yeah, it's a ranged berserker. Wait until you start to see, like, the orbiting grenades I can show. Or the homing grenades. Or the lobbing grenades. Or the grenades that have larger explosion radiuses. Or the grenades that have timed detonators. Like, it's gonna be bonkers. It's gonna be great. So, this is actually funny. Wait, no weapons allowed. Wait a minute. Exact line of dialogue from Shovel Knight. Let's just pretend I don't recognize you and you go safely on your merry way. This doesn't have to get messy. And don't show your creepy bird face around here again, freak! So everyone's afraid of Plague Knight. How many of you noticed the difference on the screen right now? There's 1 difference on the screen from the previous game. From Shovel Knight. I'm gonna give you a second. See if you notice it. Actually, the tower's visible over there, but that's not relevant. It's not the fact that everyone's running away. They're the same people. It's the arrow, which is pointing left instead of right. Hey, Plague Knight, I'm still guarding your secret entrance, but I lost the key. The locksmith should be in a week or 2. Maybe I could wait until then? So, spoilers, we're not a very good boss. Well, I guess I'm canceling the locksmith appointment. This is the house I grew up in. Yeah, we're not a good boss. Notice the pixel, the sprite work has already gotten better, by the way. I mean, it was already what I would consider good. I know I'm in the minority on that. But it's going to be getting better, each of these. You know, depends, Jake Palmer. Like, even the way they use layers here is smarter. Hey, by the way, there's Shovel Knight. So in case you missed me saying this, to reiterate, this Plague Knight is actually happening at the same time as Shovel Knight. So Shovel Knight just got here, having just gone to the tutorial stage, while we've gotten here, having just gone to the tutorial stage. And the two stories will kind of interweave a couple of times. Mona, you have a problem on her hands. You've been found out. Oh, the Black Knight thing? Yeah, Magus has filled me in. Don't worry, you're beak. That fool has nothing on us. Look, all we need to worry about is those final ingredients. We're stuck languishing here in obscurity until then. Yes, instances. I shall pay our friends a little visit and borrow them. Right, and while you're doing that, I'll keep researching ways to get more bang for our buck. You know what they say, bigger the explosion, the better the alchemist. Yeah, let's get to work. So, she was barely a non-character last time. She was literally just a minigame character. Now she's our primary story NPC. And, oh my god, those hips. Yeah, these lips never cease to both amuse. Nauseate. Truly a dizzying display of technology. Anyway, welcome back to the Potionarium. What are we working on? So we can buy... So, let's try to explain this. So, the burst changes our charge thing. I do like her dress, unjokingly. The fuse changes how the bomb explodes. The powder, it changes the bomb, it's the explosion itself. And the case changes the arc of the bomb. These are all mix and matchable in whatever order you want to. There are dozens of combinations of how you mix your cases, your powders, your fuses, and your bursts. We want, of course, all of this. For now, however, what I want is this, I believe. As you can see, we just swap on the fly, too. So now we have this. See? A little bit of a slow fall built into it. Which means our horizontal movement just got about doubled, depending on verticality. Also, once again, I know I feel like I already said this, but a nice update to the pixel, or the brickwork. This one screen is surprisingly detailed. Because we can't access the village, when we go to access the village, we just warp here. And now we have our new hub. Oh yeah, very well animated. Picked up your special delivery. So, bait bomb. Yeah, we do need that. We'll go ahead and grab it right now. We now have our first ability. Hello, Plague Knight. Black Knight tried to interrogate me, but I think I threw him off the trail. Whether it's business or personal, don't worry, your secrets are safe with me, Plague Knight. Anyway, yes, of course, you like potions. This is where we buy tonics if we don't have them, and alchemy upgrades, which we absolutely want once again. Plague Knight, my good friend, a moment of your time. How can I help you, Percy? I've run out of paper, and I can't fit any more ballistic formulae in my book. I'm in desperate need. You need glue as well? I know how we can make some. Ooh, why thank you, but just the paper will do. And by the way, you're looking a bit forlorn. Maybe I'll repay your kindness with some love advice. Yes, that's a horse flexing. No, I apologize for nothing. Something's oolong. Everyone working so hard down here. Yes, and oolong want to help. Can help. Can make music. But got tired, fell asleep, went awake, forgot music. So sad. So, we just have those unlocked this time. I was carry a full stock of health tonics. I quaff a couple at the first sight of danger. I mean, we do, Andrew. How many times can you bomb burst in the air before turning the ground? It's exhilarating, right? No one knows the magicist is helping us. She's really risking her neck. Yeah, she is the same character from... Whoops. You didn't see that. Some sort of musical notation. On both sides, there's no need for it. Useless. Into the trash bin. And now he knows more music. Sure. Oh, yeah. So, those green coins, those give us research. We only have 31 at the moment, so... That's a good question, Crazy Norse. I would drift into 16-bit, but it's worth noting they don't know how to do 16-bit. I don't mean that as an insult. I mean that as a literal statement of fact, right? They've only ever worked with 8-bit. This game and Mina the Hollower are both 8-bit games. Mina is technically a 4-bit game. Let's not get into that. So, you know, it would be a new experience for them to drift into 16. So what I'd probably do is the same general path. Make a game to, you know, feel the field, get used to it, get some experience with it, and then expansion it up a little bit in order to develop it more. Speaking of which, can someone do me a huge favor? Could someone Google the release date of Mina the Hollower, please? Because I'm extremely excited about that game. Thank you for being part of the show, Dr. G. I do appreciate you. I will put that towards Eastward. December. Definitely nothing here, boss. I did my most thorough check. Should we move on? That feels like a placeholder, especially since there's no date attached. Whatever. Let's get volatile. Same music, same stage, so... Although, you'll notice there's a few differences. Just a few. As I say, they might still be in whenever they're done mode, which is honestly fine. You know me. Ignoring the fact that I prefer that when workers don't crunch, I'd also rather they, you know, take their time and put out the best product they can. There we go. I don't know, I've looked at some of the gameplay of that, and it looks really complex. But I know what you mean. You probably mean, like, literally visually, right? Oh. Actually, hang on. Over here. Looks like it doesn't let me. Okay. Let's check it. Yeah, Frostpunk 2. Perfect example of that. Again, another game I am very much looking forward to, consequently. But I can wait. I'm kind of both Crazy Norse. But, I mean, it's like I've always said. I'm not into genres, I'm into quality, you know what I mean? I think good 8-bit looks great, just like I think good 16-bit looks great. I've seen bad 16-bit. I've played Secret of the Friggin' Stars. So you see, as we get these, I'm going ahead and popping them, because why not? And our health bar is just slowly growing. You notice all those little extra vials? By the way, good HUD design. Those go away if we die. Oh yeah, no kidding, bro. I very nearly decided to dump a lot of money on it. It was actually going to be a business expense because I was going to do it for branding reasons. I just wanted the lore runner to be like an NPC or something in the game. Problem is, that costs a lot of money. And I don't make that much money. I did back it, though, because hell yeah. I think you could still see the categories, even though you can't donate for them anymore, J-Pop. No, very much so, Crazy Horse. I am with you, though. If you put a gun to my head, I'd say I prefer 16-bit over, like, any visual style. GBA is really where it's at for that. I know that sounds strange, since the SNES is usually more known for that, and the Genesis, but no. The GBA is kind of when 16-bit sprite work hit its peak. Let's see here. So yeah, meet with Yacht Club Games to design an element of the game, like an NPC, trinket, or enemy. $1,000. Or I could have designed a minor NPC for $750. Or if I wanted to design a major element, like a mini-boss quest, a sidearm, or a big enemy, that's $3,000. I don't make that kind of cash. Interesting, Eon Dragon. I haven't heard of that. How is it? Also, some of you probably are going to be amused by me saying this, but nowadays I prefer playing as literally everybody other than Shovel Knight. And the reason that's funny is, first of all, Shovel Knight plays very well. Because, you know, of course it does. Or he does, I guess I would say. And, of course, I love pogo stick gameplay. I always have. I tended to main Cranky Kong over in Tropical Freeze, for example. But everyone else just plays so much better. Like, it's night and day. The irony is they somehow managed to make the class fantasy, for lack of a better way to put it, of being an alchemist, play in the style. I mean, did you see how I just went through that screen just now? No, of course you don't, because you actually watched my stream. But it's so wild. I don't actually have a better way to phrase that. It's almost uncontrolled. It's just like a bunch of explosions going off in all directions. You're just kind of hoping it goes the way it goes. Obviously, there is skill to it. I'm not trying to say there isn't. In fact, there's actually a lot of skill going to it. But still. Like, you're just blowing up. It's all over the place. I don't know what way to put it. It's all over the place. I love it. We're probably actually going to give a viscerality positive for Plague Knight alone. Yeah, by the way, we just got a worthless relic. If you were paying attention, that is the relic. The first relic that we get in this stage, by the way, for Shovel Knight. You're probably thinking, what? We'll explain it, don't worry. Hang on. See, the relic keep. Useless antiques. We are gonna... So, the way it works in this game, we trade the relics to Chester, who then sells them to Shovel Knight. He gives us money, and we could use that to buy upgrades. And I love that. Or to quote Lower Loaded, and I like that. Look how much health we got. In the first stage, no less. Granted, I'm actually doing well, which means it's about time for me to die. Oh yeah, the charge does damage too, by the way. So, you see that area over there? Well, we can't go through that because we're not Shovel Knight. I mean, wait until you see us going through the frickin' flying machine with Plague Knight. Okay, Shadow Machine, I swear that wasn't me e-bagging. Just aim an attack. Oh, did you see that? Just flung me into the pit there. By the way, you notice we dropped a ton of money. So in general, we need more money in this one than we did in the previous one. Come on, use the damn thing. Yeah, so it's funny. I was just thinking earlier. One of the interesting hallmarks of Plague Knight is the difference between fine and dead is really finite. By the way, did you notice we have a much bigger knockback than Shovel Knight did? Like, Shovel Knight would get hit and he'd knock back to, like, here. We get hit and we get knocked back to over here. It's like triple the distance. No, it makes sense. We're not wearing armor. We're literally wearing a cloth robe. Which I'm going to say in a slightly less weird way. A cloth robe. There we go. Now, we can use that to our advantage if we know what we're doing. We do not, of course. And by we, I mean I. I suck. Hi. My name's the Lorbener. I suck. How are you? When on the path to Sakatu, one must consider all angles, not merely the narrow, dogmatic view of the Dragon Salter. Which, yes, I'm comparing people who play Dragon Souls to the Jedi. It makes perfect sense. Think about it. Think about it. Well, it's like Dark Souls, but it's even worse. Because instead of dark, it's all about dragons. Actually, that sounds awesome. Why didn't we get that? It's all about the darkness. Instead, it's all like dragons who are running around, and all of the weapons of the game are variants on electric guitars. Like, all of them. So every weapon in the game is just... I would play the crap out of that. But keep the same... Oh god, no, Mr. Red. Whoops. Try not to do that. Yeah, it's Brutal Legend, but with dragons. Yeah, I've always felt like Elden Ring had so many dragons in it. Specifically because, you know, they kind of got rid of the dragons in Dark Souls. So... they had to make it up to us. So this section as Plague Knight, this is going to be interesting. First, let's go fishing. It's a great place for this. Sekiro has a dragon. What are you talking about? Spoilers. An interesting boss fight, too. That is actually funny that I remember that before UK, but in my defense, it was one of the more memorable fights in the whole game, for me. Even though it's like one of the easier, simpler fights, it's still a very memorable fight. I guess I should go look at what Shadow Machine donated towards. Damn it, Shadow Machine! Are you sure Bolt Gun isn't on the list? You're correct, Andrew. I've seen speedrunners just truck this game. Yes, that's a new adjective. We're using it. I swore someone had put the bolt gun on the list. Hello? It isn't. It's wrong. Hey, you have another brownie? Why do you have so many brownies? You can have more brownies. I accept it. Why did nobody add bolt gun to the list? Hang on, that can't be right.
What are the colors?
Hang on one second. So there's Rogue Trader, there's Battle Sector, there's Darktide, there's Gladius. That's it. Wow. Okay, yeah, no, that's... Yeah, I was gonna say, that doesn't seem right. Bolt gun. Yeah, I've got a donation right here from Mr. Red to Bolt gun. And from Scion. And from Mr. Red. And that's it. It's 2 people. It's weird. But those are just straight up missing. Oh, you know what? Hang on. No, it's not there. Well, whatever. You can put it towards 2 more things, Shadow Machine. I don't know why it's not on the list. It absolutely has already been added. Old Turkey? What color is it? Like, what kind of color is it?
It's the bottom of the one.
Does not look like turkey to me. I do too, Mr. Red. That's disturbing. What's it? Okay. No turkey.
Not but
I destroyed a turkey. That's my job, Jim, Mr. Red. Thank you, Shadow Machine. Could you do me a favor, kiddo? Could you say, thank you, Shadow Machine?
Shadow Machine.
Okay, can you say it slightly louder, please? Please, they didn't hear you.
Thank you, Shadow Machine.
Okay, that's as loud as she's getting.
Say it again.
She doesn't raise her volume that much.
Volume raised.
But thank you,
1%.
Shadow Machine.
I've raised my volume from 1% to 2%.
That's exactly right. I do appreciate Shadow Machine, always. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it so much. I'm going to get Cat here. Over to her. Temporarily. Still my cat. No, okay. It is Mini Zan. Okay, so Shadow Moon Machine towards Bolt Gun. The Dragon Age. It's getting disturbingly close. And Arceus, you got it. Thank you as always. Where am I? Oh, right. Okay, I remember where I am. I'll do this. I could kill that Griffin, or I could just completely avoid him because I'm Plague Knight. Yeah, she's growing up too fast. Kiddo, I need you to stay a kid forever, okay? But why not? Plague Knight, you double-crossing constable of crucibles. Having fun in your little kingdom? Oh, sorry, I meant kingdom. Oh, this lavish lifestyle is in my blood, peon. Bask in the glimmering grace of a true monarch. As the embodiment of opulence, I demand tribute. Let's have that essence. I think I'll take that nice crown, too. And as with Mega Man, you can charge during the boss HP screen. And crushed. Like I said, Plague Knight is just, maybe it's just me because it's my playstyle, but Plague Knight is so much more of a berserker than Shovel Knight is. I think it helps that enemies have very few iframes after you hit them. Like, just a few. Maybe 6. Drop the essence into my Dynamo decanter here. Essences are volatile, but my breakthrough design stabilizes them. With the essence that are distilled, we can create the ultimate potion. Ignite's essence is ours, and I discovered his crown isn't real gold. I knew it. Pretender indeed. Let's get down to business then. So we should be able to research something. Time for coins. Alright, stand back as I test my hypothesis. Yep, definitely not a mad scientist. Take a gander at your new arsenal. Heh. Oh, so what that really boils down to, Raven King, is do you want your character to be a part of the story or not? And I know that sounds like a weird direction to take that, so let me take it the other direction. Do you want the player, you know, my niece here, for example, to be able to project her personality on top of the player character? Because that's the two angles of that. Let's see. So I do want... several of these, actually. In fact, technically I want everything. But we'll skip out of that for right now. I do! She's absolutely right. I gotta get everything.
Matchy matchy.
I should probably mention that these two things are not technically mutually exclusive. Where did you go? Oh, there you are. But it is much more difficult to make a silent protagonist who is also part of the story, who the player can then project onto. You need to do Planescape Torment, or Baldur's Gate, or Dragon Age Origins. You need to do... There's a reason why Choices gameplay is a whole category for things that we cover. We've died twice. She's gotta be a witch. Don't call me a witch. You know, you should try putting a feather in that cap of yours, or, I mean hood. That hood of yours. Anyway, let's find some potions. No, I want upgrades. It's empty. There you go. Same thing. Yeah, Baldur's Gate 3 will probably manage what I was talking about. 70. Jeez, that's expensive. Gently stroke her hair as you tenderly feed her some oats. Move slowly, don't spook her. Interesting, romantic advice there. Okay, we're just gonna buy random stuff. Just to kind of get it off the board, really.
Cheap things.
Hmm?
Cheap things.
Yep, we're getting cheap stuff.
Cheap, cheap.
Delicious fish. And that's all we can get right now.
Cheap, cheap is all you can get.
I think it. Me neither, Ross. Oh, yeah, even the same.
Imagine if that night was Shovel Knight.
That would be funny. Time to kill Shovel Knight. No, it's just a random. I think it's the same random account.
That skeleton.
That skeleton must for all his crimes against Plagueanity.
It looked like you were throwing jewels at him.
No, God, man, they just explode. Exploding jewels.
What happens if you get hit by your explosion?
That's not true. Nothing happens. I'm fine. Is Plague Knight a good person?
No.
His name's Plague Knight. Also, this is one of his minions. Oh, I can't kill him. There we go. Okay, so...
You murdered your own minion.
Yeah. That doesn't surprise me, Jim Whisper. Not really. What's this one? Okay, so let's change to Law Casing and Law Fuse. Actually, let's go and do yeah, I changed it. Let's go to Law Fuse. Notice the visual changes too. Whoop, I didn't mean to do that. A bunch of cipher coins, but it's a long way down. If only you could fish them up. Yeah, thanks.
You just bomb them up instead of fishing them.
Like, yeah, all I have is bomb.
Food poison at yourself.
You know
I
what
like your digging through chest there.
Me too. You know what would make this game even better? I can't think of the term all of a sudden. Templates? No.
Bomb jumping.
Bomb jumping? Oh, we have bomb jumping. The thing that WoW has now for talent. And you say, this is how I want my setup to be, and you can just swap between them on the fly. The plague, yes. You must have the plague. They don't call me quite enough for nothing. Yeah, presets isn't actually the word I'm looking for, but it is functionally the word I'm looking for. Being able to be like, I want this build, and then this build. Beep. Sure, a little close.
What do you need your cipher coins for?
I need those to research upgrades. I guess preset is correct. Are you eating more? Oh. Don't have too many. Those will legitimately hurt your throat. Hurt your throat. Wow. Oh, yeah. Got it. No! Die, Anchor Knight. Let's switch.
I wonder where Cereal Knight is.
I'm not exactly sure what it is. She's stealing all my candy. Oh, okay. I mean, the clear class fantasy, for lack of a better word here, is Alchemist. In the potions and explosions kind of a way. Hold up your chicken. Give me your chicken, Mr. Undead.
I'll think the undead has chicken.
I accept that. Even though that sucks because we have no mid-missions airlines. Okay, I got all the coins up to this point, so we can just keep going. Oh, right, that's not an enemy. It's my guy. The green outlines mean that's temporary. By the way, did you notice that mana regenerates on Plague Knight? As opposed to Shovel Knight, where it's just you have to get the pickups to get them. You can still get the items, as you can see. You just don't really need them the same way Shovel Knight did. You jackass! He didn't kill me. That doesn't count. He's dead. He's dead. Play the song for him. Perfect. Let's get back. Second time. I'm batting 100 here. There we go. Okay. I'm gonna just walk here very carefully. Oh god.
Walks on it.
Pretty close. That's a long stage.
Imagine if there was death spikes down there.
Oh thought. Jack, the movie picture. Okay.
Like video game prank.
We call that trolling. It's a weirdly common practice. Go explode, Mr. Fish. Continue exploding, Mr. Fish. Continue exploding, Mr. Fish.
Why does that knight take so many hits from exploding poison Mr. Fish?
I don't know, but he's dead now. That's the important part.
Aren't you gonna go fishing? Bomb fishing?
There we go.
Mr. Fish.
Games, Mr. Fish. Music note.
With a secret chest.
Oh god. Oh god, I'm over here.
That looks like a tacky game.
Okay. Sean. Good nerdy. Talk to this guy. Kill him. Strange. Oh, right, then. Yeah, okay. We don't know about that for later. Next stage. For science!
You forgot to wash your hands. You will suffer the sickness.
No! It's okay, that's why I have a mask. That's a good question. Yeah, what do you think of this area, Evo? I'm still expecting that full, in-depth analysis worthy of YouTube essay. Like, I want a 6-hour video essay on the brickwork of this game. And you should say it like this. Yeah, we can't kill ghosts. We don't have a source of light. You can make more ghosts.
No, take the fire and burn the ghosts.
We can't.
Fire's light.
That's true, but for some reason it doesn't count. I don't know why.
Thanks, didn't
That's okay. I look forward to it. For real. You know, I don't know. Probably after I finish the stage. Or, you know what, hang on. In the interest of my main thing
So is the number like what many lines are on the side of the dice that landed?
Yes. That's how it works.
So
That's
for
the four.
example, this one is the 6.
Yes.
Oh, but
Okay.
lines are on the like full lines.
I don't know. Sure.
I can't count them all. I counted 7 and I don't even know if there are 7. I don't know how.
Looks like it doesn't have just in Shovel Knight. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That would have been awesome. 2 Plague Knights bouncing around.
Like,
Throwing bombs everywhere.
I wonder if
Club
the
game.
Plague Knights would be able to harm each other.
Probably not, because the Shovel Knights couldn't. I mean,
You have the skeleton, the plague.
I'd probably take GLaDOS over Wheatley, because even though she's evil and actively trying to kill me, at least she's not a moron. Also, I could shut her off. All I have to do is piss her off. And she'll overload her energy requirements of her stupid thing. God, I can't remember. You know what I'm talking about. A worthless relic. Maybe someone else wants this relic. Yeah, we need to find Chester. We can sell these relics for money. Ooh, that was a little close.
This one would be useful because
Well, so, yes, as the Plague Knight, we can't use any of the relics. So what we do is we sell them to Shovel Knight. Seriously.
third Chester.
Yeah. We sell them to Chester, to be more accurate. Here I have errored. There we go. Okay, so I've still errored. I'm gonna have to here and hope that they respawn.
Delicious remote.
What are you doing?
And the remote drink.
Eating my remote?
Distraction. Drinking.
There we go. Quickly. Oh my god! I'm gonna take a flex on that one, because I cannot believe I pulled that crap. So...
Please.
Okay, fine. There. Get an adorable flex. You asked? Oh my god, for a mini boss. Why did you send a mini boss after me? You didn't have to flex. I just thought it would be cute. I just thought it would be cute. Oh god, please don't kill me. Mini boss. Yes, you can. So kill me.
Why did the mini boss drop a turkey?
Because he was hungry.
I thought it looked like a washing machine full of flavor for placement.
I mean, it kind of is.
That's how he washes his clothes.
Yep, he says.
He just hops in there with him.
Yep. I mean, it's much quicker if you think about it. Just boop, close done. Now for this section. This should be interesting with a harder to control character. I'm sorry, what? Jim Whisper?
Electric prop.
Oh, that's where I just came from, Jim Whisper.
Yeah, let's see.
The best of times.
The ghosts glow.
God, I can't see.
Right. Wonderful.
Well, they're skeletons who have lost their heads. Insert Star Wars joke. Okay, so this is much harder without the... There's something I wanted to say earlier, and I keep avoiding saying it because it's going to curse me if I say it. But generally speaking, if you make a mistake in Plague Knight, it's much more on you than in Shovel Knight. because there's so many methods of recovery for Plague Knight. And now that I've said that out loud, I'm going to die horribly, and it's going to be oh my.
Oops.
Please don't do that. Ugh. These controllers are old and hard to replace. Okay.
Return to title chicken.
No. Wait, what?
Start
Yes. I feel like you're trying to tell me something. I don't know. Jesus. Ghost. Wait a second. Oh, Jesus. Okay, we're just gonna let all that money go to waste. We're just not even gonna bother. That is not worth our debt. Favorite implementation of Undead that is not worth. It's actually a good question. Let me think on that for a minute. Because you know the answer for it, Crowd. Can I? Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I'm not even bothering. That money is gone. Right at the end.
Otherwise,
Yeah, exactly. All that'll happen if we go in there is we'll lose more. So that's a good question. Undead that aren't Warcraft but I fight. So I guess the first question is, are there any undead other than Warcraft? Get out here. Ah, that one. Get out of here. Underlegs. EOT. Oh, pirates? You know what? Yeah. Okay, that's a good point. So yes, I do actually like how they handle undeath and curses in Pirates of the Caribbean. Not just because every single enemy in every single Pirates movie is a different variant of undead, although that's part of it. Ooh. Let's not do that. Noise. I get it. Ah! Well, now I gotta play one-handed. I'm not good. Davy Jones is definitely undead, as are his crew. Like I said, different variants. And then, of course, there's the zombies of 4, and then the, whatever you want to call them, of 5, the cursed of 5. Could you imagine if we had limited ammo as Plague Knight? Go, kill frog. I gotta think of something that isn't Pirates of the Caribbean. So far I've got nothing. Help me out, kiddo. What's another game or story or book or movie that has undead?
Kirby.
Kirby. Okay. So Kirby does have negative elementals, which I don't think really qualify, but we'll go with that. There was Elder Scrolls, but eh. Alright, Chester. Got a deal for you. I've had 10.
Oh, I know.
What?
Shovel Knight.
Shovel Knight. Perfect. I love it. It's Chester. Poured in a beaker or stuffed in a bag. Chester's always got the swag. Hey, nice relic. So we can change this for bleach liquid. Now we have that. Which means I missed something on the previous stage. That's interesting. I may have to Google that. Dead Space. No. I mean, you're right that it does undead, but ooh. I'm being attacked. Why are you attacking? You. Hey, Eleazar. Star Wars doesn't really have undead in any way that matters. Star Wars has undead in the same way that, like, The Walking Dead has undead. Which I know sounds weird, but no, I stand by that. I guess that counts? I don't know.
Even their water is undead.
It's true. I was wondering if you would notice that. Yeah, they're not happy down there.
Oh, Minecraft.
Whoops, that's the wrong...
Minecraft has undead.
No! God damn it, I just... And it's gonna be all for nothing. What do you want to bet? What do you want to bet? It's all for nothing.
It's a fish.
Yeah, it's gonna be like for a stupid fish or something.
Fish don't live in the undead water. I don't think fish live in the undead water, just saying.
Which Emperor's minions? Oh my god, that was interesting. Okay, give me that. It was a fish. It was all... I died for a fish. Guess there's worse fates.
Face through it.
Okay, I can't.
Oh.
I have no memory of that, Eleazar, so I don't know. It's gonna be my answer. How do I get up there? Oh my god, Evo. Friendship points lost.
Up through there.
Hey! Good eye, kiddo. See, this is why I pay her the big dog. Well, I mean, eventually she's gonna get paid, because I'm gonna give her the entire planet. Yeah, your payment is congrats, here's the world. It's a bit of a mess, but don't worry, you got this. I mean, we're getting into some technically, which is funny that we're already resorting to technically, but yeah, I would say Husks qualify as undead. It's the same way the Berserker zombies in a lot of traditional zombie games and stories have undead. They're not undead in any way that really matters, but they're still undead, so they still qualify. They're dead, but they're moving. Undead. There you go.
Well, then in Percy Jackson, wouldn't the person in the attic, wouldn't that qualify as an undead?
So,
They can move,
anybody in chat,
but it's dead.
do you know what she's talking about? Because I haven't actually read Percy Jackson. I might just...
At least I think it's dead. I don't remember.
So, Lord of the Rings actually has a unique take on that. The way it works in Lord of the Rings is very simple. There actually is no such thing as undead. Not really. Instead, what there is in Lord of the Rings are spirits who inhabit dead bodies. Which I know sounds a lot like undead, but you can see the distinction.
Undead. It moves, it's dead.
But it's not dead. The person moving the body is not dead. Only the body is dead. I know that sounds like it's technically, but you
Isn't
can
Sauron's eye basically dead?
kind of, yeah. Although the eye wasn't supposed to be literal dead. It looks cool though, doesn't it? But no, I'm serious. Like the lights, the wraiths, all that stuff. The ghosts, those aren't undead. Those are dead.
What about the barrel?
That's what I just asked about. But the Barrow Witch are the same thing. Those are malevolent spirits which are inhabiting bodies. How did you? It's actually really funny because huge spoilers for Lord of the Rings Online, Mr. Red. There's a Draco Lich that you end up fighting in Lotro. It's the end of a whole story arc. But of course, the dragon's dead. The dragon has been dead for a while. So you're not really fighting the dragon, you're fighting the spirits that inhabit it. So, Reaper against Reaper, but you have no kindred spirit. What have you come to harvest, you foolish alchemist? If only you could see me yawning under this mask. Ooh, spooky ghost. Ask indeed, as befits a hollow blustery fool. You hide only from yourself. At the project you shall never emerge from cowardice, for here your story must end.
I wonder what Plague Knight would look like if you forgot to put in.
That's a good question. Probably really cute. No, I'm dead serious. This guy is actually a dork. He's adorkable, is actually the term for him. He's like, oh no, I'm super scary and me. No, he's not. No, he's not. Okay, let's switch knowledge here for a sec. Leech liquid is just really useful. But if you get hit while drinking it, you have spent the mana and you gain nothing. So that's actually funny because I literally was trying to show it off, and then I accidentally showed it off. There we go. Now we can heal. So yes, that's right. We have a bona fide heal with regenerating mana, in addition to being a ranged... Yeah, no, Plague Knight is just so much better. The Enchantress is reasonably powerful, but I wouldn't call her that powerful. Most of her power is in enchanting, aka buffing and debuffing. And if you pay attention, that's actually consistent throughout all the playthroughs. Most of what she does is more affecting others than actual output herself. I'd say herself. Its self. Because the Enchantress is just the output, the hers. Boom. Ah, I'm being headbutted. I like how Mr. Red's not even here for this bit. That's not even a joke. Moving clear control, which knight is the most powerful? Honestly, probably Spectre. Of the playables. Even if not including the playables, I'd still probably go with Spectre. Spectre's crazy. So, she's dancing.
Hi?
You don't like dancing?
No, actually I don't.
Alright. Friendship points lost.
How many?
3.
That's a lot?
Yes.
Why?
Wait, Evo also hates dancing?
No. You make me lose my friendship points, you die.
Ugh.
Bum, 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 bum.
I mean, Dancing Night.
I don't know what would be dancing night.
I still like Serial Night.
Yeah. That cereal night's too good.
Yeah, by the way, we're right here. Mona, what are we doing in here? How long were you watching? You operated my torque lips unsupervised? I just dropped in. I barely signed it. Come on. I'm not some creep. Well, I guess the shroud is up. Yeah, I dance down there. All the time. By myself. Big deal. Yourself? That doesn't sound like fun. Well, whatever. I don't see anyone rushing to join me. I'm used to the solitude by now. Hint! Hint! I wish I could help you there, but, you know, 2 left feet and all. Yeah, it's no big deal. Anyway. Spectre Knight has given up the ghost. Yay! Great! I need to swing by the Lich Yard and scrape some ectoplasm later. Fantastical. Your face. You look different. Is something the matter? Silly, I'm smiling. Oh, by the way, take a swig of this health potion I made for you. Maybe it'll help. Thanks. Permanent health up. We need 60 cipher coins.
Ah, yeah. Okay. first one.
I mean, he literally did, Jay Palmer. Kel'Thuzad. It's like the only phylactery. With like 3 phylacteries in all. Wow.
Can you grab that?
Where did it go? Oh, it's... Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Oh, that's like directly down. Oh, Jesus. Almost fell off my chair. Okay, so now we can make Frost Burst. Frost Fuse. Frost. So I actually like Orbit, so we'll be using Orbit. Well, no, it's funny, Dreamwizard. There's all these liches, but there's like only, I want to say, 3 where we actually interact with their phylactery. Like there's Arash, there's the Summoner, which I think is actually the same character. Sorry, not Arash. The other one. Chill something? God, I can't think of his name. The one that we killed in Vanilla permanently. The other one that we killed in Cataclysm permanently. Kel'Thuzad, obviously, who we killed twice. Permanently. I really hate that they brought him back and did nothing with him in Shadowlands. Anyway. Like that, I don't even consider that a spoiler. That's just what it is. You're probably wondering, what's Orbit? Exactly what it sounds like, and it's actually really useful.
It's shield.
Mm-hmm. It's a damaging shield too. You know, the one thing that really does it for me? Long hair. Could you take down your hood, let it all hang out? Please stop trying to flirt with me. I only have eyes for Mona.
Mona.
I can't. She's my one true love.
Attack her.
She dances alone. I have to make sure she doesn't dance alone anymore.
Attack those alone. Like literally the words of it. Attack it.
I mean, honestly, the amount to which Shadowlands matters to the setting, the story, and the plot of Warcraft is so little that if we completely eject it like that, nothing changes. Nothing. I shouldn't say nothing. It's probably more accurate to say that very little changes.
Nothing.
Nothing changes for the worse. Yes, my niece is very terrifying. I agree with that.
How am I terrifying?
You're evil! What was the first thing you built in Evil Genius 2? A torture chamber is the answer to that question.
Why am I evil?
You just... Okay. Evo agrees, you are terrifying. I've seen the theme parks you make. That's a good question. What's your Sith name? You know, Darth such and such? Can't be a real name. Has to be like
Darth Cereal.
Darth Cereal.
Because I'm cereal.
She's super cereal, y'all.
No.
So, unfortunately, the answer to Elizar is Warcraft, obviously. But I know that's cheating. Amazar. We got all those, we got all those. But we missed something. We missed something in Pridemore Keep. Because we should have an ability and we don't. Think? Or did we get it? Hang on a second. Let's do this. Darth Danger.
Darth Danger.
Dragon Age does have undead, but I don't know enough about the setting to know how they work. They seem similar to Lotros, or that is to say, Loaders. Things. How would I make Shadowlands matter? Better define the afterlife and make the story entirely about the afterlife rather than the jailer. Like, seriously, the jailer's gone. Doesn't exist. Make the story about the afterlife and how screwed up it's been. Not because the jailer's like, wahaha, but because of the freaking Burning Legion, which has been destroying worlds. Like, the sheer quantity of death has been destabilizing the afterlife. There you go. Boom. Done. What ghosts are the most fascinating in fiction? Warcraft. Alright, let's see here. Let's see here. Would it be the final boss? I know this sounds weird, but I kind of don't care. I'd have to think about it. I'm not sure is the answer. Because you're right, we need a final boss, and we need a major... Every expansion has to have a final boss. That's something I probably would not change about the format.
Safety orange. One of the colors is called safety orange.
Okay, so do we... Why is it a safety orange? I'm supposed to say hi from Stockholm, Sweden. It's a place. Do you know where Sweden is?
Well, I know what Sweden is, but I don't know where it is.
Okay, that's valid. We haven't. Okay. We missed something. We missed something. Yeah, by the way, go buy Ghost Trick. Just go do it. Just go do it right now. Hey, Hero. Thank you for being a part of the show. If you give me a moment, I'll put that towards Ghost Trick. No, I don't think that's gonna help her, Elizabeth. I know Sweden is, of course. But I've never been, and I never will. Autumn. Very autumn. I mean, honestly, I'll be lucky if I ever leave the country I live in.
Yes.
The Ghost Trick is a weird detective game, but it's a really good puzzle game. Like, a really good puzzle game.
I wonder,
What?
since I'm going to get to go on a trip for my 5th grade graduation, I wonder if you're gonna come.
I don't know. I don't know any details about that, and that's over a year out. So, maybe worth looking into. Yeah. I would imagine they probably only inviting like close relatives. An uncle doesn't count as. What are you doing? Oh my god. Stop throwing the one ring around. No, Elizar.
The one ring comes with all McDonald's Happy Meals now.
Yep, go to McDonald's, get the one ring.
And a Happy Meal. If
Oh.
you want just the one ring, you have to pay extra.
Yep. If anybody sees a green coin embedded in the wall, that's what we're looking for.
Green coin embedded in the wall. Here.
You do not. Don't lie to your uncle. He's got a lie detector.
There's a silver coin embedded in the wall.
That's not... So when I say the wall, I mean like these walls. Oh, you know what? I bet I know exactly what I did. I bet I know exactly what I did wrong. This is my fault. I'm stupid.
I see Shovel Knight. What is Shovel Knight here? Who brought him here?
No, there's nothing here. I thought I couldn't go in it somehow.
Who brought Shovel here?
So it's not there. I did get a coin I hadn't gotten though. Before this game came out, this was actually my favorite song from the game. But I know it sounds like a weird way to play that. But it's true. Oh, dude, Andrew. A Frostpunk 2 with co-op? Soul. Correct. I'm the person who will turn up the resolution or turn on the next nearest neighbor upscaling to make sure that it doesn't bother my eyes. I mean, I don't like playing in vanilla zones in WoW because the low texture just bugs me. And where the heck? I mean, honestly, it's hard to find a game that would not be improved with good co-op. It's possible, but it's unlikely. Last time I quested in BC... Same exact thing. Last time I quested in BC was... Whoops, sorry, kiddo. Was, for the lore run. Like, I have no reason to go back to BC. Jeez, not... Of course, Triaxia. In Enemy Unknown, specifically.
Dark Castel Blue.
Dark Castel Blue. Yes, it's been a minute, Mr. Road. Ooh, I'm dead. Glad I got the checkpoint here. No deaths on this stage until I get to this friggin' section. Now, death everywhere. Endless death.
Shop now for death.
Hey, Spartan.
You can buy instant death.
I do love instant death.
It's like instant noodles with death.
It's instant noodles. Instant death, just add water.
No.
That's because I couldn't?
0-calorie water.
Confused by that statement. Like, how do you crank up the resolution on a PS2 game?
0-calorie water.
The person we're playing should give it away, Spartan. But in case it doesn't, we are playing Plague Knight right now. It is not that different from the original. We're not into the true sequels yet. We're still just doing, like, an expansion. Just listen to me. That's a good point. Do you want stocky death?
Yes.
I don't know, Yura. Like, okay, so I know there's a whole lot of modding scene, and you're probably more familiar with that than I am, Yura, because I know you mess with that more, but I usually don't mess with modding in emulators. So, I'm gonna go with no on that. Didn't even know it was an option. Oh god, Raven King. The old AI. I still have not seen this secret spot.
Wait. There's a green coin. I see.
You know. Have you ever heard of the boiling fried wolf?
I see a green coin.
More friendship points lost.
What? It's a green coin.
Worst cliches in story? So, I'm gonna give you a weird answer to that, Elizar. Not applicable. The problem isn't the cliches themselves. The problem has never been the cliches themselves. The problem is always how they're implemented. So, the worst cliche is the one that's done badly. Every bad cliche I can mention has been implemented properly, at least at one point in history. Well, 10,000 years was done properly in Horizon Zero Dawn, for example. Yeah, Shawshank Redemption is a very cliched thing. Not another cliche off the top of my head, I'm failing at it. Who needs books? I do. Cassandra Truth. Yeah, I knew that was coming too. I was offset. Which cliches do I find personally annoying? So, let me explain this. The reason that these cliches annoy me isn't because the cliches themselves, it's because they're badly implemented. Even the Romance of the Week has been done properly. Voyager of all things. Got that one. Chill here, man.
It's the show clock.
And TNG, by the way. Counterpoint, Dave Palmer. I actually know the episode off the top of my head. That's death. Shouldn't have waited. I have not seen this stupid green coin. I'm starting to think I've just completely missed it. Should be on this stage. I don't know what that means, Elizar. Sorry. Possibly? I guess we'll find out in a minute. Because we're about to finish the friggin' stage. We're not that far from the end. Oh my god, I am just so offset here. This is the 10,000 years in WoW. Nightborn. For all that they don't do anything with the 10,000 years, the Nightborn are one of the better examples of what a truly stagnant society looks like. See, the problem with the Night Elves is they're not a stagnant society. They should be. Like, everything logically says that they are a totally stagnant society. They're not. No, actually, Europe. I like old Trek stuff, especially the Western episodes. Then again, I like good Westerns, because I like good fiction. I feel like I've said this before. That's a good point, Jay Palmer. They totally were stagnant, definitely, wink wink. But no. There's a difference between literally hasn't written anything and stagnant. The Nightborn are parts of their culture. Exactly. Parts of their culture and their government and their economy and their social structure and their food structure is based on a society that has been stagnated. Someone actually bothered to sit down and write the fact that they are stagnant. The Night Elves are not. All that's happened with the Night Elves is nothing. Make sense? I do not see a green coin over here. I think you're lying to me. We must destroy them once and for all. I don't know what that means, Elizar. I mean, either way, the answer is no, but I don't know what you're talking about. It sounds the same. Okay. One of them involves writing, the other one does not. If I am writing something... Okay, hang on. Let me try to think of an analogy. Okay. Yeah, I know. I still don't know what you're talking about, Elizabeth. So let's say I'm writing something, and there's a scene where someone's like, oh man, I'm so full. Ugh, I ate to bursting. And then the camera pans over and it shows an empty cupboard because I ate all their cupboard. Okay. This is a terrible analogy. I'm trying to think of an analogy here and I'm failing at it. I don't know how to say it more linearly than I already have. In the Nightborn, they wrote something. In the Night Elves, they didn't. That's it. That's it. That's all there is. The actual writers, the real-life people, didn't do anything with the Night Elves, but they did with the Nightborn. That's the distinction. That's the difference. I give up.
I've come up with an thought. The paint.
The paint what?
Oh.
Well, you're being a paint elf? So we've got Night Elves, and we've got Blood Elves, and we've got High Elves, and now we have Paint Elves.
They paint things. And we're making Chester an elf.
And Chester is now an elf. A paint elf, obviously. 1 second. Yeah, we do have Void Elves. We actually have a lot of elves. Like, a lot. Even trolls. I don't know, Jay Palmer. I've already decided, like, pretty definitively that we're not going to have 10,000 years because it's dumb.
10,000 years?
10,000 years is what we call that. Any questions?
Why do we need 10,000 years?
10,000. Sorry. 10 hours. Yes, that's right.
What?
10 hours ago.
10 milliseconds. Milliseconds ago. I wear the one ring on my toe.
Oh, god damn it. I was actually right.
I wear the one ring on my toe.
So do you know what the void is?
Void.
Exactly. See, she knows what the void is. Now apply that to an elf. I'm not really joking.
Why did the chest?
You know how we were applying magnet to people earlier? Well, now you apply void to people.
UFO.
That's a color is UFO green. Okay. I'm not gonna question that. So this is gonna be the dumbest thing when I show you what it is. And the worst part is we have to beat the stage again to lock it in. Look, at least we can heal now. And we've got like an AoE shield of death. Yeah, we get away
A
with money.
void shield.
A void shield. Anyway, so they're elves who have suffused their life essence with the void. They exist in... I actually don't remember the name of the planet, but it's the one that Sargeras destroyed. That's
I've
kind
come
of
up with a
something.
knight. The one ring knight.
The
It
one
just
ring that...
spawns one ring.
Isn't that just like the ring race at that point?
But the ring rings don't spawn the one ring.
I mean, yeah, that would be awful. Could you imagine?
Oh yes, you work for Sauron, and you spawn the one ring.
Zzz.
Insta win.
Ta-da! It's fine. So here's the solution. I was holding up. I tried all the things. So you have to hold down. Or not? It's here. It's here. There we go.
What?
I don't know. But that's the friggin' thing we were missing. Chester!
Oh,
You're very cute, Disco. Okay, so now, finally... Jesus.
Zeus.
We get that
The
ability.
color Zeus is black. Half baked is a shade of teal. For some reason.
Okay.
Burning sand is like an orange color.
I'm honestly getting kind of sick of this song and this stage just because I keep doing it. It's the
Give
third
me
time
the
I've done this
song.
friggin' stage. Actually, four.
Give me the song.
Oh, that is... It's the same song, you know. Oh, Jesus.
I think I'm gonna like this power.
That is a nice palette. There we go.
Chester's like, die.
I mean, that's kind of what he wanted to have happen.
You could die.
No, Elitar. Actually, bad people tend to not be in Warcraft. By design. Like, we don't have room for that kind of garbage in Warcraft. We're here to have, like, an actual nice setting. Thank you. Okay, will I die here like I have every single time I've gone through this room? Nope, we're good. Yay. Now we're gonna die here. I almost blew up the checkpoint on accident.
Ooh, checkpoint. Let's beat it up. Can you actually blow up?
Well, you know what I mean, Mr. Ed, or if you don't, Umbridge is real-life evil. That doesn't exist in Warcraft. Warcraft evil is like... Real-life evil is messed up. It's dirty. It's icky, right? I don't have a better word for it. It's unpleasant to even think about. Well, that's Umbridge.
This is...
I don't know if I agree with that. That's pretty cool looking, I think.
The owner is evil.
That's true. Although,
It's other owner.
hey.
Not you.
I think she was just... I think my niece just called me evil.
Meant it's other owners like Sauron.
Gyarados is like the most bare bones. Like, I'm trying to think how to put
Dry
this.
bones.
Yes, he's a dry bones. No! Stop. Oh my god. Oh my
Why
god.
did
I
they
can't believe I
do
pulled that. Come on, game. I hate this room. Hang on.
Oh, you're making me violate the law.
Nope. Yeah. Gyarados is obvious. He's a target dummy.
He's a lava.
He's a lava target dummy. He's supposed to be like, oh wow, look at this person who's so obviously wrong and evil and dumb. You know, that's like, and you know,
Half-baked. Pale oyster. Burning sand.
that sounds interesting.
That's my color combination.
Based on what we know, Jay Palmer, all of that was Gyarados. That's the best part. Hang on. I'm just gonna mute myself. She's playing hi-bye.
But
Hi. Bye. Bye. Bye.
hi.
Hi-bye. Bye. Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Look,
I like those doors. Bye. I know I'll eat you.
bye.
Meow, meow, meow. Okay. I can't eat someone who's not eating. It's a rule.
After cream, sushi,
No, my pillow. Why would you
daffodil,
take my
Cape
pillow?
Cod,
Why did you do this?
cucumber,
No, give me my pillow back.
I'll
Honey
never
circle.
give it back.
Give me the pillow back.
Battleship Gray,
Battleship Gray?
I'm getting that.
Give me my pillow back.
Salvia Cumber.
Give me my pillow back.
Okay.
You'll never get it
Salvia
back.
Cucumber.
You'll never get it. Come on. Use my hands. Use my hands.
Battleship
You
Gray.
must climb the mountain.
Climbing.
You'll never defeat
So
the
every single
mountain.
battleship is colored Battleship Gray.
You'll never reach it. You failed at reaching it. And now you are truly doomed. Wait, you got the pillow?
I-
Where is it? Well, then I'll sit on you. Sit, 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 sit.
Good, good, good.
Are you okay?
Good, bad, good.
Okay.
Good, good, bad.
Could you put it back, please? Thank you.
Like that?
Yes. Very good. High five. Can you say, bye, stream?
My dream.
We're chopping off. I don't know if I'm streaming tomorrow because I need to be doing. No, because I'm going to be helping my sister in setting up her classroom some more. But I should hopefully be streaming tomorrow's second shift. If not, I'll see you guys Tuesday.